So you just seen in the last video that we just purchased this house behind us, and guess what? We are actually heading to Peaches to Beaches. We bought the Airbnb prior to buying this house, actually even knowing that we're gonna buy this house. We planned at Peaches to Beaches probably about 4 months ago, got the same Airbnb as we did last year just because it was a really good location and around a lot of yard sales. If you don't know what Peaches to Beaches is, it's a very long yard sale that starts like in Jekyll Island, Georgia, and goes all the way into Georgia for like miles and miles and miles. And we did really good at it last year. The thing is, this year we are unprepared for everything. We ain't got nothing. Everything is packed. So we have to actually go pick up some waterproof containers. There's a lot we got to do. Everything is still packed in the house. We just moved in yesterday. The pod is still behind me. The pod system actually worked out pretty well, but they don't pick it up immediately. We moved in yesterday and it can't be picked up for another 3 or 4 days. So we're now inside the eBay barn. Still doesn't have a name yet. We're just calling it the eBay barn. We got to get Willow in the car. Obviously we take Willow on all these trips. And right now this is just our storage area. We just threw everything in this place. We still have to move all of our business stuff. This is just the stuff that was in our house. We ran the business, as y'all know, out of our home and out of 3 storage units and out of 2 parking spots that were storage units. Now, we don't even have one of our trailers here. It's still sitting over in somebody else's property. And then, so when we get back, we're moving all of that stuff, hopefully in 1 or 2 days, because we have got to get back to selling stuff. As y'all know, if you watched our eBay store, it has been on time away mode for 15 days. We haven't been selling on Whatnot for about 2 or 3 weeks now. So that all ends in April. We'll start back on Whatnot. But first, both these kennels, Willow, as you know, is kind of a bougie dog. She has a travel kennel, and then she has a big kennel that we keep when we actually go to Peaches to Beaches in the Airbnb. And each of them have their corresponding bed, of course. So what we're gonna do, load this stuff up, load the car up. We have very limited clothing also, and camera equipment. All of our camera equipment is somewhere in boxes that I couldn't find. So we're gonna just be using GoPros and cell phones the entire time. It's my only bag that has all the camera gear in it, all my clothes, everything I need for 4 days. Kayla, I think, has the same amount of bags because, again, we have everything still packed up. Very interesting thing about this property, what attracts a whole bunch of buzzards? I mean, I know dead things, but look at these buzzards in this tree. What are they doing? That is a lot of chickens. So one area that we were able to set up so far, because we had, got to get the computer up and running as fast as possible, is my little office area. And it's much bigger than we thought in here, so we don't know what we're gonna do with the rest of the space, but so far, this is what we got. About it. That's where all the editing happens behind the scenes. Got my little desk in here, chair. That's a really nice window that actually looks out onto Main Street here, but we had to get curtains because there were no curtains here. So there, got a cool little view of Main Street. And then got the desk. Got a little shelving unit over there with all my goodies on it. And the rest of this space is completely empty. We really don't know what we're gonna use it for, but when we're out to Peaches to Beaches this weekend, we will be thrifting a lot for this house. Decorations, anything we see. If we even find like a dining room table that we need, we will rent a U-Haul to bring it back. So it's gonna be really, really fun. In the eBay barn right now, we were supposed to go over to the booth and get some stickers, and we totally forgot. We moved out here very, very quickly, as fast as possible, because we know we're going to Peaches to Beaches. But if anybody sees us at Peaches to Beaches, we want to give you something. So we will have these stickers right here. We'll have like our bundle stickers that we usually actually sell. So you could get, it all depends. You get like a Willow sticker, ain't too shabby sticker, something like that. And we might bring some other merch, some other bigger stickers. We might bring some coaster things. If you see us, we might be giving those out. But we totally don't have any of the original Bearded Thrift Machine stickers. We just don't know where they are at this point. And it has been a hectic couple of days for sure. But we really want to go to Peaches to Beaches because we like it. We did really well there last year, and we're hoping to do well this year. So I'm gonna go ahead. You might get a Karen and Larry sticker. You just don't know until you see us what sticker you're gonna get. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these, cut some of these up, and then in a little bit, we gotta head out of here. We do live now from like Peaches to Beaches. We like that one because it was closer. We actually live a lot further away. It adds on about an hour drive, if not more than an hour drive to get there, which isn't terrible. It's still like I think it's gonna be a 4 or 5 hour drive. We can get there, I think at 4. think right now it's 9 or 10. We have to stop and buy stuff. Willow needs food. We need some other stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and start packing this stuff up and hit the road. Favorite stops on road trips is the old Buc-ee's. We're at the Buc-ee's in Florence right now. Get some snacks. We got some gas. And get some snacks for Willow because they got dog treats here. Snacks for us because they have beef jerky here. And then we are 247 miles away from Brunswick to hit beaches to beaches. Got our treats in there. And then Willow, we got her some of these decorative treats. I'm sure she'll love it. I think we're gonna give her probably the dog bone first. You want a treat? She said, listen. So much stuff going on. She said she don't like this treat. There's a lot going on right here. There's people around. She's looking around. Maybe she's scared, but she doesn't want that treat. She said, get that treat out of my face. Ah, I knew she was gonna like it. Look at it. She just had to get in her home real quick and be safe. So we've made it to Brunswick. It only actually took from our new house about 5 hours. We stopped a lot so we could let Willow out and everything, but the Airbnb is behind me. We stayed here last year. If y'all have been following the channel for more than a year, then you guys know that. And I think before we had the Tahoe, and we ended up renting a U-Haul because we found so much stuff. Now, what we did was we are fresh out of everything at the house just because everything is still packed. We did go to Home Depot real quick and pick up another one of these. We are huge fans of these Husky waterproof 50-gallon mobile job boxes. They're kind of expensive. They're about $100, but they are waterproof. So a lot of times we just throw stuff back in here. But Kayla and I said, hey, you know what? Last time we did really well here. Let's see if we are gonna rent a U-Haul before we buy a whole bunch of these boxes. Or it is supposed to rain Sunday. It's so funny because it rained last Sunday and had really bad storms when we were down here. The weather was a lot hotter then, and the gnats are exactly the same though. If you come to Georgia, they're crawling up my nose, that's why I just did that. If you come to Georgia at this time, I don't know what y'all feed these gnats, but right now you're feeding them me because they are biting like crazy. So we don't know if we're gonna run a U-Haul. Depends on how it goes on the way in. The Peaches to Beaches is on 341, the highway 341. We already did see a churchyard sale that has a ton of people at it. It is Thursday afternoon. It doesn't officially start until tomorrow. So what we might do is go eat a little snack real quick, jump in the truck and see if we can find some. Last year there was zero on Thursday afternoon, absolutely none. And everything was Friday and Saturday morning. And then we left Sunday. That's going to be the same thing. So the biggest thing is this year, what I did remember from the gnats, I did bring my lightweight long sleeve shirts because they tore me up last year. Also last year was a lot warmer. This year, it's only supposed to be like in the 70s. I remember last year was in the high 80s or 90 degrees. So it's going to be, I think, a little bit more pleasurable, except the gnat problem. I will show you the back of the house. Talk about later on exactly how in the world we figure out where we're going when we go to these big yard sales. We got Willow outside here enjoying the little patio here on the old Airbnb. It's a nice place. We've been here again before. And it's so funny, like I said earlier, is we're supposed to get nasty storms here on Sunday. And this is actually the place that house right there actually got struck by lightning last year when we were here watching the storms come in. So like I said, there is the water back there. The gnats are just as bad as they were last year. Today is Thursday and we actually went out to scope it out, and last year nobody had yard sales. This year a lot of people had yard sales. We actually met Kevin, the Commonwealth Picker, was out here. He's in Brunswick. There's a lot of people in Brunswick this year. Really good place, I'm telling you, a really good place to come and do this yard sale because it's in like the city, so a lot of people are actually on the 341 and you don't have to go anywhere. We probably will travel like a mile or two tomorrow and hit a ton of yard sales. So Thursday is a scoping out day. We go out there, we scope things out, say hey, they're doing the one, they're doing one. If they have it already out, we'll stop and see if we can poke around and find some stuff. We've already found some really cool things, and then we kind of get like an idea of where we want to hit first thing Friday morning. Friday to us is the best day. We usually do very, very well on Friday. Saturday, not so good. That is basically going to be probably like the houses, residential. People usually do those on Saturdays. Friday is everything on the 341, which is like the businesses and stuff like that to do. So right there, that's what we do. We get on Facebook. Kayla right now is actually on Facebook looking for places that are doing the yard sales that we didn't see today. But again, we are in Brunswick. It is a really good place to go for Peaches to Beaches. So we're going to go out there tomorrow and see what we actually find. Welcome to day 2 of Peaches to Beaches. Willow's out there doing whatever Willow does early in the morning. And check out the full moon though over the marsh. This is like night and day from last year. It is not cold and not warm here. Last year, it was absolutely freezing. What is that fan doing? Check that thing out. She's got something going on here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to head out and hit some yard sales. We'll see you when we get back. Day here down at Peaches to Beaches, and what we usually do is we don't travel a lot when it comes to this yard sale. It's not like the 127 where we put Willow in the car and travel hours and hours one way, hours and hours the other way. At this one, we stay within 1 or 2 miles of the house. So we actually come back, eat lunch here, save some money, and also let Willow out, let her stretch her legs, run around the backyard and everything. Then we head back out. And we usually stay out on the first day, like a Friday. We're here a long time. It's probably at least until 3 or 4, even 5 o'clock at night that we go out yard sailing. And then the next day on Saturday, we usually cut it off around noon just because there isn't that many that we haven't been to in this area. And also we are kicking around the idea, again, we want to get home to the house and get stuff situated. We have got to get stuff ready for the business. Everything is still in boxes. Everything is still, we just got to get stuff done. But real quick, this is the stuff we bought so far. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but that is actually not too shabby for only going, we've only been out there for about half a day and a little bit yesterday. We got some really good stuff. I will say that we're being very, very picky on what we buy. One, the U-Haul place, I guess I let the secret out about the U-Haul place. They have 0 trailers right now, and the next U-Haul place is actually pretty far away. So we're trying not to get a trailer. If we end up buying something big, it is what it is. We'll have to go find one, but we really like to be able to get everything just in the back of the truck and in the cab. So we're gonna get some lunch and head back out. We are back at his day 2. From Peaches to Beaches, and what happens is after we could go to the yard sales and bring everything back, Kayla does usually a Facebook post on what we find. So this is what it looks like behind the scenes. So everything is just sitting out, and we're in the garage of the Airbnb, and then after we do all that, we start packing everything up that we got that day. We do a lot of research this day, and we do a lot of screenshots of things on eBay, and then we kind of have a good idea what's going to whatnot, what's going to eBay. We did find a couple things well over $150, like this blast cap thing right there. That is not a whatnot thing. That right there is definitely 100% an eBay item. We have a couple other eBay items that will, when we get back, immediately go up on eBay. Then what we do after this, if we start packing everything, right now we only have one of these containers. That is the only one we have. And we are cutting the trip a little bit short because we are supposed to get some very, very severe weather coming up. We were gonna leave Sunday. That severe weather will be knocking on our door Sunday morning, and we don't want to drive in that. So we're gonna get up Saturday early and go yard sailing, only for a couple hours, probably until 8 or 9 o'clock. Come back, throw everything in the truck, get Willow, and head on back home. And then after that, again, we'll be at the new house. We did thrift a couple cool things for the new house, didn't you? Yeah. What did you find that you're gonna keep? Are you keeping this thing? So you're keeping this? Is that gonna be like a wall hanger, or are you gonna put that somewhere?
It's like a tray.
And it's got resin, which is really neat. That's part of your theme. And then these bowls right here, you're gonna go ahead and keep. Are you keeping this right here?
I'm not.
Yeah, that's actually worth a ton of money. We found one person that was an eBay seller that was kind of liquidating their stuff. They said they didn't sell a lot on eBay, but we're finding out that we could probably sell it for 3 to 5 times what they sold it for. We got a whole bunch of Titleist hats. They're definitely gonna go up on whatnot. And this guy right here is are you keeping him?
No.
He would look cool in the glass thing.
No, he's gonna go on whatnot.
Is he? Super, super cool, blown glass, and also is signed by the artist. And this knife right here I thought was pretty cool. It's just a glass knife. I mean, I don't know what you would use with it, but probably break your teeth if you try to bite into it. And then salt and pepper scissors. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, and then after that, it's gonna be day 3. We are getting slightly tired, but when we get back, we still have to move an entire eBay store into our new eBay barn. So it's going to be no rest for, what do they call it? No rest for the weary? Is that a thing? Is that a saying?
You're talking about the song No Rest for the Wicked?
I have no idea. At this point, I don't even know what I'm thinking about. But we're gonna go ahead, cut the video here, get this done, get ready to leave early tomorrow morning after we go yard sale, and we'll meet you probably back at the house. Today is Saturday, and it's around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning, and we have just got back from yard sailing on our last day. We were gonna yard sale most of the day, but again, really bad storms are coming in, so we did pretty good today. We actually picked up some really good golf clubs. Haven't seen good golf clubs in a while. Paid $100 for them, but I think it's around $600 to $700 for the golf club, so that ain't too shabby. What we're gonna do is go ahead and load the truck with everything. Most everything's gonna go in the bed of the truck, so it's supposed to be really good weather until tomorrow. So we're just gonna cruise on home on 95, and we'll see you when we get back at the house. Just arrived back at the house. It's only a half a second or less than that for y'all, and it was 6.5 hours for us. We got stuck on 95 once, got off of 95, and then got stuck in a checkpoint in the middle of nowhere for an hour. So that was exciting. We made it through the checkpoint unscathed. But this is where we're really gonna like this property right here. Is our other source how we would do this, or where we were at before, is that we would go to the house, unpack our personal stuff, and then we would have to pick the things we want to sell and whatnot, place them in the house, and then take everything over to our storage unit that evening or something like that. And the cool thing about where we live now, everything now just goes straight into the barn. So we take truck, barn, and then we don't have everything set up yet. That's actually gonna be in the upcoming videos, how we're gonna set things up and everything. But all we gotta do is walk it like that far, from there to there into the barn, and we are good to go. Appreciate all the good comments on our last video of this house. We appreciate it, and thank everybody for watching. But right now we're gonna unload this stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.